And so we're invited to use the mind as an instrument to be of service, to know reality in time and space. It is important to know reality in time and space, to be present and aware, respectful, responsive, of service in time and space. But remember that that mind is your instrument. And so when you realize that, when you permanently merge the mind in the heart, what happens then is like... So the topic today is, O Thou Teacher, and the title comes from Swami Premananda's prayer, O Thou Teacher of all teachers. So we're dedicating ourselves to that divine that is the teacher of all teachers. I also want to pay particular tribute to Swami Shankarananda, who was my teacher and who founded our meditation community. And I would like to begin by sharing a prayer, a poem by him, in which he is speaking of this energy of light within each of us. And so he's naming this energy of light within each of us, and then also giving a completely heartfelt, pure invitation for us to live that light in daily life, right where we are. So this is what he says, and these words also just perfectly describe him and the way that he lived as well. If I can say this without crying, give me a congratulations later. Let it be said of you, you live well and love well. Let it be said of you, you harm no one, injure none, love all, and serve well. I see everyone else almost crying too. Let it be said of you, you live graciously and gratefully. Love flows through you, unhampered by impure desires. Truth finds a priest in you, and you are the friend of all. Let it be said of you, you hate none, you care for all. Your life is a prayer. Your work is worship. Your words are true and clear. Your hands support many. Your eyes speak volumes of truth and love. Your breath carries the message of love and peace, strength and joy to drowning, troubled, and weary spirits. Let it be said of you, because of you, this world is enriched. Our lives are transformed, our sorrows transcended, our doubts dispelled, our delusions ended. Let it be said of you, wherever your feet touch the ground, flowers appear, or a tree ripens into fruit. Your life is a sacrament, a poem, a work of art. A beacon to light the voyage of all who pass this way. Let it be said of you, this is true of the light within you. And let it be said of you that you are living this light in your daily life. And so I'm inviting you to go within, to turn and face the light within yourself, and to notice with absolute appreciation and love the way that you share light now. And this is right in the midst of daily life. It is non-separate from daily life. So this is right where you are, noticing the earth beneath your feet, the sky above you, the trees, the wind, the rain, the sun, the flowers, the plants, the animals. Noticing the kids in your life, the elders in your life, the family, the friends, the partner. Noticing everywhere that you are, this is what is sharing through you. And it does it silently through you. It does it in the midst of the work, the daily choices, the daily tasks, the daily deeds, the daily words that share through you right where you are. This light is right there. This is the light that is holding the hand of a friend. This is the light that is smiling at one who is calling forth a smile from you. And sometimes that one that's calling forth a smile from you they're experiencing joy, and sometimes they're experiencing incredible pain. And you're telling them silently, I see the light in you. I trust the light in you. I honor the light in you. And you're responding to their human needs and their human heart and their human questions, their human experiences as well.
Hello, I am Acharya Kashi, a spiritual teacher and a student of Swami Nityananda at Awake Yoga Meditation. If you love being inspired, uplifted, encouraged, and on fire for inner transformation, like, subscribe, and follow.
So thank you, because that is precious work, and it is sacred work, and it is work that all of you do everywhere that you are. You make an incredible difference to the ones whom you encounter directly. And then also that ripples out beyond you in ways that you may never know. So I'm about to share a couple of stories, and then fairly soon I'm going to be inviting people to choose a fruit or a vegetable. If you didn't bring one, there are some in the back. You're welcome to pick one up. If you're at home, you're welcome to quickly grab a fruit or vegetable. We're going to be offering them to the divine. It's a way of making visible our dedication of ourselves to the light and to this joy, this generosity of sharing the light, loving the light, being of service to the light. So I think one of the things that I would just like to say about the way that Swami Shankarananda was a teacher, he taught and lived with his life that a true teacher helps you think things through yourself, helps you turn directly to the light within you and know the light within yourself. And so that's the invitation for all of us, is how may I turn directly within me to the light? How may I allow that light to fill me with trust and to fill me with guidance, step by step, moment by moment, choice by choice, word by word, thought by thought, letting that light guide you always, and just living in a continual, calm, joyful connectedness with that light. And I also want to say that, by the way, is what enlightenment is. So enlightenment is simply living in conscious connection with that peace, with that calm, with that clarity. So humans can create these concepts about what is enlightenment, what does it look like, how does it feel, what is bliss, how does bliss feel. And so one of the other things that I really respect and I'm so thankful for, Swami Shankarananda never talked about psychosensory experiences. He never talked about seeking spiritual experiences. As you're meditating, it may be that you notice, whatever it is that you notice, all of that is roadside scenery. So one of the things that he said was, if you're seeing any visions, keep going, because God is beyond all visions. So you have to keep going. You have to keep going beyond all inner perceptions. And what you're going to is to the awareness that is already with you, the awareness that is already within you. And so at the end of that mountain of spiritual practice, what you realize is the divine is right here. The divine has always been right here. The divine has never been separate from me. The divine has never been separate from you. The divine has never been separate from anyone at all. And so it's a very funny paradox, because from the human perspective, I'm going to start using a metaphor. From the human perspective, sympathy and respect, because I understand and know and feel, sometimes it feels like you're climbing this endless mountain. And you're like, am I ever going to get to the top of this mountain? And then what you realize at the top of the mountain is the whole mountain was bliss. All along, the whole mountain was bliss. And then what happens, this is the metaphor that comes to me right now, is like you take off your cleats that you've been using to climb the mountain, and the cleats get to go down to the bottom of the mountain, and you just realize it's all bliss. Like the mountain of bliss is solid. It's all bliss. Those cleats at the bottom of the mountain are the mind. And so we're invited to use the mind as an instrument to be of service, to know reality in time and space. It is important to know reality in time and space, to be present and aware, respectful, responsive, of service in time and space. But remember that that mind is your instrument. And so when you realize that, when you permanently merge the mind in the heart, what happens then is it's like taking off those climbing cleats that you've been wearing. And it's like, another way of putting it is, it's like surrendering to the divine and saying to the divine, I bow to divine wisdom, I bow to divine love, I bow to divine will, continually and always. And then living that awareness. And so what we're inviting ourselves to do then is to connect with the light in ourselves, to trust the light in ourselves, and then to help each other. So that's why we have this amazing meditation community, is because each of us is able to stand very steady in that light as we meditate together, and to observe that light in another, to support, to honor, to care for, to notice, to name, to appreciate, to respect, to celebrate that light in one another. And so we strengthen ourselves when we come together to meditate in this way. I have some teachings from various yogic scriptures, which I will share. But I think at this point, what I'm going to do is invite everyone to take the fruit or vegetable. You might have brought one with you. There are some right up here. You're welcome to come around right here. And what you're doing as you gather this fruit or vegetable, we will be placing them physically, if you're here in our physical meditation, we'll be placing them in this basket. And you're making an offering to the divine. You're making an offering to the teacher of all teachers. And so just really think about, to what am I dedicating myself? In what way am I dedicating myself to the light? The fruits and vegetables will be blessed and then redistributed. So at the end of the meditation, after the greeting line, you're welcome to take a fruit or vegetable home with you. Don't be shy. You're welcome to start lining up and coming forward. And if you're at home, you're welcome to grab a fruit or vegetable if you like. And as you hold that fruit or vegetable, it is making visible a way in which you are devoting yourself to the divine. And then you're placing it in the basket. I'm going to be seated right here. So I will also just tell you, when we do this every year, I sort of place my entire self into the basket. So you're welcome to do that also if you like. And so many, many, many blessings as you make these offerings to the teacher of all teachers. So I'm inviting everyone just to tune into the energy of these fruits and vegetables. Can you feel how much love is made visible in those fruits and vegetables? And that's the same energy of love that I was mentioning. If you look on our website and look at the pictures of the Karma Yogis, it's that same field of love. And so just thank you, because it's absolutely magnificent. So I think what I'll share with you, this is a line from the Yoga Vashishta. It is only when true teachings instructions of a true teacher and true discipleship come together, that self-knowledge is attained. All these melt together into realization. So true teachings, true teachers, and a true student allow self-realization to become evident, become visible in time and space. And so for each of us, the invitation is, I am allowing myself to connect with truth. I'm allowing myself to connect with teachings that guide me to connect with the light within myself. And I am trusting the truth of that light and of those teachings. And then I'm trusting my ability to learn. And so Kashi named that so perfectly earlier. She and I did not coordinate, but so she said, we're sharp students. And so that's the invitation for all of us, is how may I be a sharp student? One of the ways that Swami Shankarananda used to say this is, how transformable am I? Am I allowing myself to be transformed by light? Am I allowing illusion to melt away? Am I allowing delusion to melt away? Am I allowing separateness to melt away? Am I allowing pain and fear to melt away? This doesn't mean that humanly you won't sometimes feel confusion or pain or fear. As a human, those are natural things to experience in time and space. You will work with them wisely, skillfully, lovingly, with non-attachment. And you will remember, my task right now, in this moment, is to open to highest good. That's another way of saying what enlightenment means. How may I open to highest good in this moment, from moment to moment? How may I keep opening to highest good? From moment to moment, how may I live in that calm, connected, joyful awareness? And that is the energy that is unique. Your presence here in time and space helps the universe fulfill its highest purpose, its joy, its gladness, its energy of supreme pure love and kindness and wisdom and generosity and awareness. And so you can trust this. If you are here, it is as a pure expression in time and space of that radiance from whom the whole universe is projected. We named that in the Gayatri. Radiance pours forth in time and space, and here you are. Greetings to the radiance within all of us. And then we're inviting ourselves to live that radiance in daily life. So whatever the emotions are, whatever the experiences are that we have humanly, we work with them. We remember the divine is present here also. And so when we have that awareness, then it really is true. We know that love is the only reality. This clearly requires the cultivation of a new way of seeing, because it requires that we're able to look past the undulations of pain and pleasure, the waves of gain and loss. Whatever the human experiences are, there's an underlying unity, an underlying harmony, an underlying connectedness and kindness, and we are invited to live that in daily life. May I acknowledge, this takes a certain amount of courage to be willing to make unity and harmony and peace visible in time and space. So thank you, because that means you are the energy of courage made visible. And so what we're doing then for ourselves is we're loving the light within ourselves so much that we continually turn to that light within ourselves and we say, I'm willing to transform. I'm willing to let go of limitation. I'm willing to let go of doubt. I'm willing to let go of pain. I'm willing to keep the lessons that I have gained. I'm willing to keep the wisdom from those experiences, but I am willing to let go of the pain. And I am willing, this is a teaching I came across from a yogic scripture yesterday. I am willing to let it be in me as if that experience had never occurred. So if you have a hard time with this humanly, you're not pretending, you're not denying, and you're not condoning. So, not condoning the creation of pain, not condoning the creation of separateness, not condoning the creation of fear, but you are saying something that goes like this. This temple of light that is my heart is so beautiful that in this temple of light, it is as if that never occurred. And notice how it feels to be in your own heart after that. And then for your own body, this body is an expression of radiance. The Gayatri names this. The whole universe projects as radiance. You're part of that projection. You are a beautiful, beloved child of light, child of bliss, according to the Upanishads. So just however you want to put this into words, you could say, this little bliss child is so precious that in this little bliss child, I'm going to let it be as if that painful experience never occurred. And notice what happens. There is almost a being born anew, a being born fresh in every moment, and then living as that new expression of light, that new expression of kindness, that new expression of awareness in every moment. So I'm about to share with you a video that I saw yesterday. Very unconventional neurosurgeon. So he deals with really serious cases, kids. He dances with them. He, not just like polite dancing, full body dancing. And you see, like I saw this video of him dancing with his patients. You see this young woman in a wheelchair. She's full body dancing. You see his patients, their hands are bandaged, their feet are bandaged. They're full body dancing with him. You see a young woman lying on her back in a hospital bed, hooked up to an IV. She's full body dancing in her hospital bed. And this neurosurgeon says their healing outcomes are improved, because he's not identifying them. I mean, he's clearly doing impeccable surgical work as well, but he's not identifying them with their condition. And he says, I don't want them to lose the magic of childhood. I want them to enjoy the magic of childhood. And then you see like his whole team, like the anesthesiologists and the nurses and the PAs, they're all dancing, full body dancing as well. And so I just want to say that's what a true teacher does as well. The true teacher knows, yes, of course, like humanly, I see your pain, I see your question, I see your confusion, I see your challenge, I see what it is that you're healing humanly. And the light in you is always full body dancing. And so the teacher just reminds you it is possible, no matter what challenges we face humanly, to move through time and space connected with that radiance, connected with that exuberance, connected with that energy of joy, that energy of generosity. And so of course the healing outcomes are going to be better. And of course everyone is going to have a lot more fun while you do that. And so that is what the true teacher reminds us to do. It's certainly what Swami Shankarananda always reminded us to do, to trust the light within yourself, to know the light within yourself, and to know that nothing that you experience humanly, nothing that has ever happened or not happened in time and space touches or dims or tarnishes or diminishes or damages that light. That light in you is unbroken. That light in you is solid bliss. That light in you is that energy of radiance and joy and generosity and magnificence and magic and kindness. And that light in you is a continual flow of wholeness, of eternal love, of connectedness, of peace, of the ability to forgive yourself for the mistakes of the past, to learn, to keep the wisdom, to heal the pain, to let go of holding anyone else to their mistakes, to let go of identifying anyone else with their pain, and to be fully present in time and space, in a human body, in a human heart, with a human mind, being more present and more engaged, more aware, more kind to our families, to our friends, where we are in our workplaces, as we travel through time and space, walking down the street, in the line at the grocery store, on the bus or the train, driving the beltway, everywhere that we are invited continually to be that energy of peace, of calm, of true spiritual freedom, of joy, of generosity, and of gladness. And letting it be as if whatever pain we have been carrying never existed in the first place. In consciousness, it actually does not exist. The pain vanishes, and what remains is wholeness. The darkness vanishes, and what remains is light. The separateness and the fear and the illusion and the delusion vanish. And what you realize then is the simple, pure truth that love is the only reality. Love has always, only, ever been the only reality. Love only ever will be the only reality. And you are that love. And that love is also present vividly and tenderly, powerfully, preciously in every other human on the planet and in all of existence. Thank God, and God bless us all.